Hello, designers. I recently attended a something called a tricky tray or a bingo night, and it's something that is attended by a lot of women. There are men there too, but it's similar to a women's night out to be with friends. They bring food. There's a lot of camaraderie. And I attended the event because I was helpful in wrapping several of the items that were for raffle, for giving away when a person hollered bingo or whatever they were hollering. I don't remember what they were hollering. But I wanted to share with you 6 of the items that were at the event being raffled off because there's a lot of ingenuity at such events. And there's a lot of lessons that you can take from such events. It's not that you don't have the creativity, but showing you what some of the items put together look like may be supportive to you as you create your gifts and baskets, whether for fun or for profit. You're looking at one that is called, as you can see, Breakfast in Bed. Great title with just a couple of items. You can see the 2 mugs on each side of the coffee maker. Now, as a designer, you might take the coffee maker out of the packaging and snazz it up a bit with some scones and a muffin mix or whatever else you want. But I thought that because it's an event where this is a raffle, where people are winning items, it was wise to keep the product inside of the original packaging. Something that you might do at the same time, though you might take everything out and leave the not the ingredients, but the instructions, and add some other items to it. This item is on a tray, something that we use quite often, but again, you might not be using trays. This probably has legs that fold out at the bottom so that the tray is elevated. So this might be something that gives you an idea for a breakfast in bed or similar type of theme. Another item that was there was this Vera Bradley tote. This tote is quite attractive, and I like how the sunglasses is outside of the tote. You don't see on the side all of the items, a list of all the items that are inside, and you really can't see all of the items that are inside of this, but there are quite a few items inside of this tote. This is an example of where you would use a bench or maybe a piece of floral foam, as we've talked about in the past, where you would elevate the items inside of the tote. Now, I know that this has my bow because I know what my bows look like. So I attached a bow onto this, but at the same time, I didn't have something to elevate all of the items that are in this particular gift. It looks like there's possibly a hat to the back right of this particular gift. And there are, as I mentioned, several items inside. You can't see what the tag says, but the tag is wonderfully created with the rickrack, with the zigzag around the tag, telling everyone what is inside of this particular gift. Here's another example of a gift that was put together from a donation from a photo company, a place that will take your photo and then deliver the photos that they've taken of you. This happens to be in a fold down box. And what is in here is just very simple. It is only the frame because you can see in the front there's a gift certificate from the particular retailer so that the winner of this gift comes into the shop and has their photos taken or whatever else is taken for whatever is offered. So in this gift, and I did make the bow, I know what my bows look like, as you probably know what yours looks like. This is the photo frame that is sitting in this particular fold down tray, and you can see that the tray is opened up, and it wasn't difficult to cellophane wrap this particular gift, but it does take a little bit of support. So in this, you can see how the frame holds the lid of the tray up, so that if you were shipping this or delivering this in another way, you would have the frame down inside of the box, close the box, and then have the cellophane closure with the bow on top. So this is another kind of tray with the fold over top that you might consider for your gifts, especially if you are making gift box gifts. Another option is this Let It Snow gift. Now, of course, in your area right now, it may not be snowing, but this is something to keep in mind with the items, the soft items that are here that remind you of Let It Snow, something that a person would put on a shelf in their home, or maybe if in their office, it's something that is a collectible that they love. This gift is in a wooden box, another kind of container that we often use for our gifts. And it's nice how they have, whoever made this has the throw in the front of the wooden tray, so that this is wonderfully decorative, and the person will take the throw out and take the, that sounded awful, take the throw out, but you know what I'm saying. They would take the throw item, the blanket, and put it wherever they want to put it. And then there are quite a few items in here. I can see that there's a tin of cookies, and you can see that as well. Tin of cookies. There might be some cocoa in here and other things that have to do with the winter season. So keep the wooden trays available to you. The options for wooden boxes as your container. One next to last item is the traditional box that we use. And this box is corrugated so that it's nice and firm. This is one that I closed in cellophane. Again, I know what my bows look like. This is a spa kind of, this is a spa theme. When I was given the task, or took the task of wrapping certain items, as this one, there weren't any enhancements along with the cellophane and the bow and the other items that I could add to this. So I sparsed out, I positioned items throughout this box with around the shred, so that the box would be appropriate for the number of items inside the box. If I had a different box, a smaller one, then everything would be nice and snug. So you always want to watch out for the size of the box or the basket you're using versus how many items you have inside of it. In the back are some wash items, some towels, and whatever else is back there. But I do see the towels in the back. And then you can see the other items, the moisturizers, in the front. So again, this is the type of container that we use. And this last one, I am not at all making fun of how this was wrapped, because as you know, everyone is not a designer. This particular person did as best they could to cover this particular tote. And the totes that were at this event were brand name totes, the Coaches, the Michael Kors, and the others, the Vera Wangs, if she makes totes. But the first two that I mentioned definitely make totes. What would you do with this tote? Certainly you would wrap this possibly in a cellophane bag. You could wrap it in a shrink bag as well if you're going to shrink. But if you're going to shrink, then you're certainly going to have a bench or floral foam or some tightly packed paper inside, possibly with some other items that have to do with travel, with staying at home, with spa. You could even put gardening items inside of this particular tote bag. What would you do with this tote? Again, not at all making fun of this wrapping, because we're not all wrappers. This person just wanted to cover this over so that as people were looking at this to bid on it, it wouldn't get soiled and stained from people touching it. So that's a look at the types of totes and containers that were in this particular event, this tricky tray event, this bingo event. Which of these styles gives you support and gives you ideas for what you want to create for your friends, your family, your colleagues, your clients? Let me know in the comments section. And also, if you're not yet a subscriber, to subscribe. to this channel, Gift Basket Business. I thank you so much for being here and getting ideas so that you can learn, grow, and profit with gift baskets. I'm Shirley George Frazier, and I'll see you in the next video.